Here's to you, Bruno Sammartino. Riposo in pace, vecchio campione. Well, tribute aside, this was a really good episode of NXT. Now, I'll be honest, I forgot to take out my notes, so give me a moment while I be a complete idiot about it. It was one of those things that I usually have so much on my mind that I can't keep everything organized. Alright, so we began NXT with a quick promo from... Well, I'm not restarting that. We started off NXT with a quick promo from Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae. Kicked it off with a promo thanking the crowd. And then also his wife, especially. And he also challenges Aleister Black after saying, first, we got one thing to handle. And that is Andrade Cien Almas and Selena Vega. And then... promos for the Greatest Royal Rumble, promos for Killian Dane, who really did give an intimidating promo against Lars Sullivan. And then, the next match, we had King Ricochet himself versus WWE 2K18 Default Creator Wrestler, Fabian Aichner. Ricochet used a varying aerial defense, Aichner used groundwork. There was a gratuitous usage of having Fabian Aichner, say, he was inspired by Bruno Sammartino. Bruno Sammartino this, Bruno Sammartino that, Bruno Sammartino. Sammartino. Why? Why though? But anyway. Side note, Ricochet moves through the air as easy as if he was breathing. It is frightening how effective this guy is. And that standing shooting star press, fantastic. But the match ended with a 630 senton by Ricochet. Yeah, that was pretty much 2 full rotations. That's some fresh bullshit, like in the best way possible. How do you do that? Physics. Got a quick promo by EC3, a promo by the super mutant known as Lars Sullivan, and then we had War Raiders versus JC and Chris. Jobber faction. It was a squash match. Really needs to say more about it. It was a good showcase of what they're, of what War Raiders is capable of. We had a very boring promo from Shayna Baszler. Things are going to be changing around here. You're like Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. I know you can kick my ass, but at the same time, the second you open your mouth, I suddenly forget just how good you really are at fighting for realsies. We had a rather hilarious promo from Kona Reeves. Pete Dunne stating that he'll be back in a couple weeks. Not commenting about what happened with Roderick Strong. Alright. And then Lars Sullivan versus Killian Dane. It was a brutal match filled with suplexes, punches, and lots of grunting. Surprisingly more dives than I expected from these lumbering behemoths. But hey, that's diving headbutts though, Lars. Not a good choice. Midway through, Lars brings in the chairs and Dane pulls, but Dane does pull it around. Crowd starts chanting for Killian Dane as they meet in a slugfest, stopped with a fireman's carry and a Vader bomb by Dane. Killian Dane was bleeding from, I think he busted his nose a bit. Lars places a chair on Dane and attempts a diving headbutt. Dane avoids, charges Lars, gets caught, gets pinned. Dane with a bicycle kick and charges Sullivan through a table that Lars Sullivan placed in the corner earlier. After a brutal beating and being slammed into a couple chairs, Lars Sullivan pins for the wins. Then after that, we got into a matchup between Candice LeRae and Zelina Vega. Andrade Cien Almas was actually pulling the same role as Zelina Vega, which was a nice little switch up. Distracting Candice LeRae so Zelina Vega can get in the cheap shots. Let's see here. It was a great matchup, with Zelina controlling it from the start. Nearing the end, however, Candice LeRae did really bring it with some great aerial maneuvers. The match ended with a double Gargano escape, with Johnny having grabbed Andrade Cien Almas when he tried to interfere with the match. After the match, after Zelina Vega tapped, Gargano says, now that we got Andrade Cien Almas out of the way, it's time to challenge Aleister Black. And when he challenged Aleister Black arrived to meet him. He walks up onto the stage, waits for the crowd reaction to die down a bit, and says, do you want this? Then you will have it next week. And NXT next week, we'll have a matchup of Johnny Gargano versus Aleister Black. And I'm rather interested to see how this happens. It's a bit early for Aleister Black to lose the title, so I'm presuming Gargano's going to lose this one. But you never know. They may want to bump Aleister Black to the main roster because they need something that could carry the same weight as The Undertaker. But we'll see what happens. If I had to give this NXT a grade, I'm going to give it an A. There are very few flaws in it aside from Shayna Baszler's promo, because Shayna Baszler is boring. Atrociously boring. But that's my thoughts on it. Do you agree with what I had to say? Hit the like button, hit the dislike button, hit the subscribe, leave a comment down below, let me know what you think, and let me know if there's anything else you want me to cover. Who knows, I might have some time on my hands once I'm finished with the whole house ordeal. This has been Real Honesty without John Ritland. I am not John Ritland. I am the Derbinator. And you have a good night.